I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be Beware of Dating Advice from Women. I've got a quick email from a viewer, and he says, "Hey Corey, I broke up with my girlfriend a week ago, and we were together for about a year. The next day after we broke up, I went to a party, and I met one really nice girl, and our interests are pretty much similar, and she has a good sense of humor, and everything is okay with those things. We talked a lot during that party, and after that, I texted her via Facebook. And I would say, why didn't you get her phone number? Why didn't you set a date with her right on the spot when you met her? Because when you talk to a girl that long, and then you try to message her through Facebook, that's weak. Because men who are confident are direct. They go for what they want. And so already off the bat, you're already at a position of weakness because you're contacting her on Facebook as opposed to, you were talking to her all the time. All you had to do was ask her for her phone number. And at the end of the party, when you're getting ready to leave, you could have said, hey, I'm getting ready to take off, but I'd really like to get together with you sometime, maybe meet up for a drink or go to dinner. What's your number? And then you give her your phone, let her put her number into your cell phone. Or you pull out your phone and you get it, or if you don't have your phone with you, grab a pen and a piece of paper and write down your number and give it to her and get her number and take it with you. Just say, I'll give you a call. And then leave it at that. But like I said, you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage by contacting her on Facebook because it communicates you didn't have the confidence to do that in person. He says, I watched your videos and I learned some main things that I should not waste time texting back and forth, but I should go straight without talking around in circles, ask her to meet, and that's the only thing why we need to connect via the internet or phone, right? And I'd say, yeah, but still, you had the opportunity right there, and if you had a connection with this girl and you didn't get her phone number. He says, yesterday at a party, I talked to one of her best friends, and she told me that I will have to go in circles to get the girl that I want because she doesn't trust guys, and she's refused a lot of them, even if they went in circles round and round and they were really nice to her. And here's the deal. It's like now you're talking to this girl's best friend about dating her, but yet you contact her through Facebook, and you didn't ask her for her phone number in person. So already, now you're acting totally weak, and now you're talking to her best friend, and you've obviously communicated that you want to date her, and you're probably asking her, gee, how should I go about it? And she says, well, be really, really nice to her like all these other guys, but all of these other guys that have been really nice to her, they never get anywhere with her. It's like, you shouldn't go about, you're completely making yourself look totally weak to this girl, and you haven't even asked her out on a date yet. So, in the future, when you meet a girl that you like, get the number on the spot. And the best way, the most confident way, is to ask for a date right on the spot, especially if you sat there and you talked to her for hours and hours on end during this party. You obviously created a lot of initial rapport, and you should have definitely gotten her number and set a date with her, either right on the spot or called her a few days later. But like I said, dude, you're already fucking up by making yourself look weak here. He says, what should I do? Go straight to the deal and try to go in circles to make her trust me more until I can ask her out or something more? It's like, you're already doing things that are leading to your rejection. You're doing more things wrong than you're doing right in this particular situation. And so the only way that you can contact her is through Facebook, then send her a message and say, hey, when are you free to meet up for a drink? ? And send that and wait for her to respond. And when she tells you, then say, hey, how about we meet Tuesday at whatever Bob's Restaurant or Bob's Bar or whatever the fuck place happens to be where you live. Make definite plans with a definite day and time to get together. And then ask her, say, hey, send her your number, and then say, send me yours so in case something comes up, I can text you, but otherwise I'll just see you at the restaurant or the bar or whatever, or Starbucks, wherever you happen to decide to meet up. And then in the future, get the number on the spot and stop talking to all our friends and communicating your interest to everybody but her. It's totally fucking weak-ass way of going for it, and you've already you put yourself in a weak position. There's a really good chance that you're going to get rejected. And even her girlfriend confirmed it to you. When guys go around in circles, and because she's like, well, you should go around in circles and talk to her and try to be her friend and be nice to her, and maybe you'll get her. But then she tells you in the same sentence that, well, all the guys that have done that in the past basically got nowhere with her. And the reason being is because they're acting weak, just like you're acting weak. And I mean, you're doing exactly the opposite of what you should be doing to succeed. So you need to clean up your approach, and I highly encourage you to read my book. And read it quickly. I think you said you did start reading my book. If you haven't read my book yet, go to my website. Underneath the email sign-up box, there'll be a box that has a link to the Amazon Kindle download page. And so when you get to the download page on the right-hand side, there's a button. You can click that button and open up a window where you can download an e-reader app for your computer, your Mac, your iPad, your Android device, whatever device you want to read it on. Only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app, and you'll be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.